able to provide enough, like, can he provide enough pressure? I mean, Goblins is able to back up Ports and Wastelands by also presenting a relatively fast Goldfish. This deck is casting 3-mana 1/1s.
Yeah.
So that definitely changes the equation.
As players are going to be drawing their opening hands. And we're going to see at least one mulligan.
Yep. And Ben has definitely been willing and able to mulligan in these tournaments. Yeah, I mean, we saw him go down multiple times in the other matchups here. And like I've said, I actually think that's you have to mulligan aggressively in this format because the decks are too powerful to keep speculative hands. Like, the games are not about raw card count so much as they are about, like, doing your powerful thing.
Sure.
Not that I'm sure exactly what Death and Tax's powerful thing is to do in this matchup, but I assume it's Thalia plus Mana Denial is his best route.
Yeah, I mean, some combination of Roshan Port Wasteland, even though Adam's decklist does have 6 basics and it has 4 islands and 2 plains, so Wastelands aren't going to be as good as they would typically be against certain decks.
You don't always have the luxury to fetch for. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Sometimes you just draw, Tundra or whatever.
Your Academy Ruins.
Yeah.
Your Caracas, which is likely to get legend ruled. All right, so we're looking at a Jit. It looks like 2 pieces of equipment, 4 lands.
That's a fast mulligan as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's awfully disciplined. At 6 cards, I would be 6 cards and Port and Wasteland. I think I would be hard pressed to throw it back, but I'm sure Ben is quite a bit more experienced with this deck than I am. I mean, the equipment's fairly bad against Miracles, so. But yeah, this is not the first time. Actually, the second straight game we've seen Ben go down to 5 cards. So.
Pulled out the last one.
Yep. Just a Stoneforge Mystic. That's all it needs. It's like a million cards, That's your Batter Skulls to play. Might as well be a 10-card hand. Adam obviously kept his initial 7. The other problem with this matchup too is, like, Nash just does not have much in the sideboard that seems relevant. Aethershorn, Canoness, Tomad's Crypt, Gutshot, Jotun Grunt, Oblivion Ring, Fiend Hunter, Jit, Mandragoon, Lean and Bola.
Yeah, nothing that jumps out as someone that says, hey, you need to board this in against Blue-White Miracles.
Oh, it looks like he has a land and a vial, so I can't imagine this is going back. This is a good 5-card hand.
Adam, do you have a Forcible? Oh, all right. That's okay.
And then, showing the rewards of a mulliganing aggressively.
We're going to see an island and an engineered explosives on 1. All right. The fun police is here.
Yeah, sorry. Before you get hung up on your dream of vialing in your Sarah Avenger to the turn before you would normally be allowed to cast it or whatever, we're going to put that on hold.
As we have a Stoneforge Mystic, and there's a Force of Will for Adam.
Throwing over a Brainstorm.
So likely what we're going to see here is a second land and then Destruction.
Yep.
Explosives taking care of the vial. So Ben's 2 most important early plays have already been taken care of. He draws an additional land.
He has a backup Stoneforge.
He does have a backup Stoneforge.
Pretty nice.
So is that Force of Will.
I mean,
Ponder.
Both players are basically on empty now.
Yep.
He's got a Sarah Avenger at the ready for next turn, and
well, Caracas, Legend roll the Caracas and say go.
Yeah, this is great for Ben.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have. That doesn't even have white mana.
Avenger.
All right, here we go.
Looking to steal one. Looking to steal one.
Start going to work.
And for 3, down to 15 goes Adam. We're gonna see Horizon Canopy and the file.
Okay.
You can bust the canopy on the end step to draw a card.
This is Underground Sea.
This is a heck of a comeback. Up to 1 counter.
think I would have blown the horizon canopy there,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
And for 3, putting Adam down to 12. Passes back.
Basic island.
No Jace. And another runes.
Oh boy.
Up to 2. We're gonna get in for. I would get in for 4 here.
Yeah.
Personally.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have white mana. It's the difference between 4 turns and 3
turns. Yeah.
So
This is gonna put him on 8, so this puts Adam on a 2-turn clock.
Big fan of
Vial
that
for
effect.
2G. Dahlia. So now, if Adam does draw Jace, he can't cast it. And what do we have here? We have 2 mana Brainstorm. 2, 3. Adam is probably in disbelief that this game has gone this way.
Yeah, I mean the big deal there. It looked like he's counting out, like he's seeing if he's facing lethal. I mean, if he doesn't have a shuffle, then the writing's on the wall one way or the other. If he can get out of this, but yeah, the Krakus legend rule there was pretty important. Kept him off white mana the whole game.
Yeah. Adam's surveying things with this brainstorm, figuring out if there's anything he can do to get himself out of this situation. And
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
a difficult one.
the problem is that he can't, unless he's going to kill one of the creatures, he can't fetch because then the attack is.
Then the attack is lethal, sure.
No, it's still 1 short, but it's.
Oh, gotcha.
Then he's drawing awfully slim.
And we're going to see
Okay.
Mr. Rainforest put him down to 7. Likely going to search up a Tundra here if he does have a Swords of Paradise.
Okay.
Excuse me, Swords of Plowshares.
I guess we're going to plow.
Stoneforge Mystic.
Stoneforge Mystic, okay.
That's going to get Batterskull.
Well, I'm not sure about this sequence because if he holds Mother of Runes back, then what's stopping him from just like attack you with Dahlia plus Sarah Avenger and then just kill you with Sarah Avenger?
Sure. Crack the Horizon Canopy on the instep. Didn't get a good look at what he drew. Vial is moving up, so it looks like he drew a 3-drop potentially on Mangara. And I do see Mangara in his
He
hand.
just drew a plow too, which is pretty awesome.
It's a 2-mana plow. Targeting Stoneforge. So that's going to put Adam up to 8.
And now I think at this point you just you hold your
I think he hold the mom.
yeah. Although he does have Flicker Wisp as the last card in his hand, so I guess that kind of gives him insurance against whatever.
It's either Flicker or Mangara. I'm not entirely sure which one it is. It's definitely 3 though, because he willingly moved the Vial up.
But now that means not even Terminus gets him out.
Yep. And right now he can't even cast the Batterskull because it's going to cost 6 instead of 5. And Thalia is doing a nice job of stopping that from coming into play.
Bang! Still, I think Adam's contemplating his outs. But I can't imagine there's anything with the deck this spell heavy with Thalia in play.
Yeah, looking for a Terminus there.
Yeah.
He's just going to say, go. Nope. Does not put anything to play with a Vial. Draws another, I think he drew another Plow.
I mean, does he have to like blind brainstorm into Terminus?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's something of that nature, yeah.
Okay.
And we're moving inward. Attack with everybody. We're going to see Blind Brainstorm. Is it?
No.
It does not look to be. I think it would have been slammed on down. Ben Nash, a thief! A thief! Up game 1.
Wow.
On a mulligan to 5.
Someone call the cops.
He stole that kid right over
That
his
was-
hand. Wow, that was unbelievable.
Wow.
That was unreal.
Alright, so.
Is it me again?
I mean, 3-2.
Simple math.
We made a deal yesterday where you implored the audience not to let me off the hook, and now we are in a position where you are trying to put me on the hook.
So simple math dictates that it's my turn again then.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And this is for 1 year, a full year of
the
premium.
full year of premium. Okay. This is the card I'm going to ask about right there. You ready? That's a good one. Not many people know that one, so this one's a little difficult. There is a equipment in Ben Nash's sideboard. Seldomly played, if ever, in Legacy. But he has one copy of it. It costs 1 mana. There are 2 equipment in his sideboard. One costs 1 mana, the other one costs 2. Now, speaking about the 1 mana equipment from Darksteel that you can search for with Stoneforge Mystic. If you know the name of that card, tweet the answer to SCG Premium, at SCG Premium, excuse me, and you'll win 1 year of premium. Again, in Ben Nash's Death and Taxes sideboard, he has a 1 mana equipment that is seldomly, if never, played in Legacy from Darksteel.
A little piece of trivia about this one. Zvi Machowicz at U.S. Nationals one year famously said that in draft he would select this card over Fireball in Limited.
And you know what? I believe he was correct.
Yeah. Well, I know this because he was kind of repeating it on the weekend, and he said that to me, and I just actually laughed at him. But I think that there's some merit to it. That's not how I drafted that format. I was very, like, artifact removal, attrition-y. I didn't like to do all the equipment stuff.
Sure, I prefer to draft mono green given the option.
Right.
But I would still take the card that we were speaking of and put it in my deck.
I didn't even like playing with Ebola. I was a Reign of Rust.
What card? They don't know the name of the cards. Why would you say it?
I didn't finish.
Okay. You're a Reign of Rust kind of guy? Of course you were. I was looking at sideboards. Adam is, of course, thinking things through. How did I lose that particular game? Kept a relatively good 7-2 forces and engineered explosives.
Yeah,
and I got mangled.
What more could you ask for?
I don't have a good answer.
White mana, I guess, is the answer.
Sure. White mana on time would have been so
Although
bad.
yeah, white mana just was a Caracas.
Yeah, and also it didn't seem like it. Like we didn't have a good look at his hand, but it didn't seem like he had like swords or anything. Because maybe the swords that he did have wouldn't have saved him in time. But it didn't really seem like he had a lot to do with white mana there. But again, we didn't have a good look at his hand.
I think that I mean when you have explosives plus force of will, I think it's just like pretty hard to mulligan, even if the hand doesn't have that much action. Like,
especially the matchup.
Yeah, your blue-white miracle deck is going to draw hands with no action. Like this is just sort of what the deck does.
Yeah.
So.
Looking at the sideboard, I have Adam's deck list in front of me. He will be on the play this game as well. So cards that he can board in Counterbalance. He has 3 copies of in his sideboard.
I'm not a big Counterbalance fan against decks that have like a reasonable spread of casting costs, and also have Aether Vial.
Okay.
I mean, it might be okay on the play, but in general, I think it's not where I would want to go, especially against a deck that has like 3 main deck Phyrexian Revoker, so it's possible that if you have top, it still gets just shut off. So.
You're also going to find here 2 Bath Exiles, which are likely going to come in. Again, you want more pinpoint removal. A Disenchant with plenty of targets between 4 Aether Vials and an Umezawa's Jit, a Batterskull, and a Sword of Fire and Ice.
Phyrexian Revokers.
Phyrexian Revokers as well. An additional Terminus and an additional. Actually, this is the only Umezawa's Jit throughout his 75. It's not in his main deck; it's in his sideboard. Yep. So he definitely has some options available to him.
Yeah. On the other side here, I mean, we're running pretty slim as far as things that we could bring in. Oblivion Ring, we could want to bring in against some of the stuff, like against it's an answer to like Jace and Batterskull if it sticks, but I think that the reactive cards just in general are not very good here. Like you need to be, it's hard enough already for Ben's deck to apply a reasonable amount of pressure, and I don't think you can dilute your deck further by adding cards like Oblivion Ring. So yeah, I actually wouldn't be surprised if it just presented the same 60 rather.
We'll see how it turns out. Either way, Adam is going to be on the play this game, and I mean, I think he kept a perfectly reasonable hand last game and just kind of got ran over. Some fortunate draw steps from Ben, but the cards in your deck so that you can draw them. So
It actually wouldn't surprise me if this sounds weird, but like even just cutting some of the random equipment to get Aethersworn Canvas in the deck, just to, like have another random beater, like because the equipment's so bad.
Sure.
Like maybe you want 1 or 2 Stoneforge targets, but I could see actually just wanting to have some Grizzly Bears over other cards he has in his deck right now.
So we're going to take a look at our opening 7.
There's a Vial, and there's a Mulligan.
And
is Ben actually going to keep 7?
He's been handicapping himself the past 2 games.
Yeah,
and winning easily. So
comfortably winning.
Oh my God, he kept 7 cards.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine how good his hand is.
Ring the bell. It's over.
If this man keeps 7, I mean, what are you? I can't even imagine this.
And we know he has land in a vial.
Yeah.
Which is exactly where he wants to be in this matchup. Adam.
Okay.
Alright, Adam's happy.
Quickly keep 6.
Island go. And for you, my dear,
Let's see.
plains
The
Aether
first
Vial.
test of the game. No answer for the vial.
Resolves. Explosives again. Senses Divining
Nice
Top. Okay. We'll put a counter on our vial. Take a draw step. See where we go.
A second
Another
vial and a
we have a
wasteland. Oh my
wasteland.
god. Oh my god.
It's going to likely float a mana.
Oh boy.
He's going to activate Sensei's Divining Top. There goes the Tundra. We're going to see an additional Aether Vial.
The second vial.
And he actually does have an Aether Swarm Cannon in his hand, as we spoke about. So it looks as though he does agree with you. We'll see a basic plains. Can't waste on that one.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a Terminus lurking in Adam's hand. Draw a card. We see a Horizon Canopy.
Yeah.
Basic plains here. We're going to find
Try to stick a
Umezawa's
chit.
Cheat. Looks as though it's going to resolve. I'm just
yeah.
going to pass back. Spinning top on the end step for Adam.
Can't get a good look from here. It looks like Ben's hand here is a Caracas, a Horizon Canopy, and a Aether Sworn Canoness, and I think that's a Mangara, but I'm not 100% sure.
So we can start putting in the Mangara lock as well.
Yeah. Brutal.
It's not nice. We're going to put Aether Sworn Canoness into play.
Dang.
Brainstorm in response. 1. It's a whoo. 3.
Well, it's sort of weird operations, right? Like, it's not really he's responding to the vial trigger, or he's doing this once the canoness is in play.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a common procedural mistake with Aether Vial. The player with it simply activates it. The person can then respond, and then if something happens, that's cool. And if not, the guy comes into play. But there's no, like, you never have the information on what the creature is until it's actually in play.
Sure. As we see a Thalia drawn. So he actually does have a 3 and a 2 to put into play. You're going to see him attempt to equip the Jeet here.
Okay, see where this goes.
In for 2, we're going to see top draw a card. It looks to be Terminus.
I mean, if you're Ben, you got to be thrilled with this, that
Yeah,
you were able to trade an Aether Sworn Canoness with a Terminus.
A 1-for-1 with Terminus is
Yeah.
unbelievably good. And at this point, you're probably going to want to vial in the...
You want to Violent Thalia right now, right?
Yeah, you want to vial in now so that when he does cast top again, it's going to cost 2 mana.
Yeah. And then, if he doesn't, I mean, does he have Mangara in his hand? Like, is he gonna just like, no, sorry, it's another
Another Canoness?
Another Canoness and a
Okay.
Horizon Canopy. Though he does have Caracas to cover his Thalia, which is very nice as well.
That's 2 mana.
A replay of the
Senses
Divining
Divine
Top.
Alright. So this looks like it's probably going to be another chance to try to put, as he draws another Umezawa's Cheat, try to put his Umezawa's Cheat that's in play onto his Thalia and try to connect. And in we go. Is he going to be able to hit him? The answer is yes.
Alright, so Jit connects. And again, he's got Caracas up to protect it too, which makes using targeted removal sort of a
And a
tough
Terminus,
decision.
a Terminus that Adam looks to see
Yep,
coming.
he's going to use his Caracas.
Yep. And then the Terminus is going to resolve, and then if
And
I
then he
find
gets to just replay the Thalia.
he can replay that, or he can put Canoness into play, and Canoness won't let him cast another spell this turn. Now, what's happening right now is that he's activated a Aether Vial for 2, the interaction you just talked of. So the Vial activation is on the stack, and Adam is responding by sacrificing a Scalding Turn to get a basic island. So the creature is not in play yet. The Vial activation is still on the stack, and this turn he has the options of either Aethersworn Canonist or Thalia. Thalia making the spells cost more. Aethersworn Canonist making any non-artifact spell that Adam has.
It's brainstorming in response, I guess, because of the.
He'd
I
be
guess the
unable
threat,
to cast.
even if he doesn't know it's Aethersworn Cannon, it's just the threat of Thalia is such that he wants to brainstorm right now.
Yeah. He doesn't want to pay 2 for his brainstorm.
Yeah. If he had passed him with Aethersworn Cannon, it's actually even a bigger beating because it means like your Ponderous is not castable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's going to let the creature come in. And it's going to be Thalia again.
Yeah, I would not be feeling good right now if I was Adam. If already fired off 2 copies of Terminus and not have one traded with a Grizzly Bear and the other induced an activation of Caracas. So not great usage.
We see a Rashad Port come in, and it's like we're going to be equipping again. And we're going to be moving on in.
Yeah.
Likely 2 pumps, yes? Yep, 2 pumps.
Yep. Again, you have the luxury of being pretty aggressive with your use here because you have, again, Caracas to, not that there's a removal spell it could have because the Thalia's, pinning down his mana, but
if anything does go wrong.
right, you have insurance, so you might as well just pump.
We're going to see a Sack of the Strand here, putting Adam down to 10.
And now he's in the Thalia plus Port squeeze. So yeah, this is a pretty, the Port here is really brutal because it cuts off cards like Jace. Jace wouldn't even be particularly good because he still has the Vials up, so the unsummons don't
Yeah, the unsummons are rather bad right now. So now Adam trying to figure out a way for Adam to get himself out of the situation. It seems rather difficult. Thalia with Caracas and Vial on 2, it's basically something that can't ever die.
He basically needs explosives, to get rid of the Vials and then start being able to make headway on the board.
And just draw a card.
Entreat does a little bit of work.
He's going to port, looks like during the draw step. Maybe he meant to do that on the upkeep, but either way.
Yeah.
He can use that mana.
To top it.
Surprised he didn't use that mana just to top.
Just says go.
Coin's coming in. We're going to be moving in here with Thalia.
Yeah, we're just going to pump again.
Pump twice if you let me. And this is going to be another attempt at a Terminus. Terminus number 3.
Okay, so that's fine. We're just going to, I presumably just Caracas and do this song and dance again.
So now there's only 1 Terminus left in Adam's deck right now.
Yep. Yeah, I'm wondering if he's a little hesitant to replay Thalia now that his Caracas is down.
Sure.
Now there's actually some risk, something going bad.
And
Yeah,
he's just gonna wait and port him.
Yeah. I assume that he's just gonna end of turn Vial out a Canonist, and then untap and have his Caracas attacked, and then replay the Thalia from there.
You're gonna see a top activation with the mana that was ported. Oh, it's actually Brainstorm. I apologize.
Well, now once he's brainstormed, then I definitely want to Canonist now, right? Because you're just locking him out of Pondering or whatever.
Yeah. Locking him out of just any non-artifact spell for the turn.
This is sort of a really weird sort of. Okay, so he's brainstorming, putting 2 back. Now he's topping.
Card.
Yeah, this is where it would have been good to get the Canonist in right now.
Yep, putting the Canonist in would have stopped the Ponder for this turn.
He's just trying to plow.
He's going to decide to draw a card, potentially find a different 2 or 3 drop.
He just found Mangara, which is, again, pretty awesome because he got...
He can safely put Thalia into play now, too.
Yeah, now the coast is clear, so he can actually just... Now your plow is locked out, and now we get to do this.
It's showtime, folks.
Wow. Not a bad draw off that Horizon Canopy.
So we're going to see the combo begin to happen.
Pretty insane.
Probably going to start chasing off his blue sources. He's going to chase off a white source. Mangara back to the grip. Move the Jit on Thalia.
Which is in some straight...
This game
squeezing his mana. So
yeah, this game has been just a straight beatdown.
Yeah, this has been a pleasure. This is like... I mean, we watched some other games where it's won, like, through Mother of Ruins plus Plow plus Stoneforge Mystic. This is the first game that I really watched where it's like, it's specific characteristics of this deck, things that this deck is doing, that other decks are not, that are causing it to win.
Yeah. And then we see a sword to Plowshares on the Thalia with the mana that he's tapping for port. Of course, that sword is going to cost him 2 mana instead of 1, so even if the sword does happen...
So now he gets a
now he's going to put Canonist into play.
Lock out any more spells with a turn.
Any non-artifact spell, so he can cast top, but...
Right. And then he gets another basically free pass to Mangara him again.
Yeah.
This is,
He's in the squeeze.
This has been a hoop.
Yep, there's your top.
There. That's fine.
Chest is back.
It's an artifact, yeah.
Yep.
Judge just making sure they didn't cast multiple spells there by accident, but the top is legal.
And now we are going to put Mangara into play.
This
put
is
him in the squeeze a little bit more.
This has just been a... We asked what kind of 7-card hand could this man keep, and now...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We found out.
Oh boy.
You're going to see an equip with a Jeet. In we go for it looks to be 6 more damage, putting Adam down to 2. We can see Mangara cutting off another white source this turn.
I mean...
And then Port's going to cold a blue land, and you can have fun with that island that turn if you'd like.
My goodness. Well, I wouldn't do that now because the other thing's going to get ported.
Yep.
Doesn't matter too much. I mean, at this point, it's pretty incidental.
Draws a card. It's a Flooded Strand for a white source. He's going to pass back. Going to port your...
Probably the Flooded Strand, I would assume.
Yeah.
Just induce some sort of action.
Mm-hmm.
Causing him to fall to 1.
Yeah, this is going to put him to 1, and then he can vial in his Mangara and just attack with both to finish the game.
Well, I'm not sure you want to Mangara the... I don't think you want to Mangara right now, because if he blind reveals Terminus with his top,
sure.
like I think you just attack for lethal. Like I feel like this is a risk that you don't need. Oh,
I guess yeah, not necessary risk. I understand where you're coming from. If he does happen,
he actually has a blind.
And that's it.
Okay.
Ben Nash, Star City Games.
Legacy
Open Champion.
In a sea of